glad to have you. And so you own a theater here in the city?
We own a couple of theaters called Screenland Theatres. We had one in North Kansas City and one downtown. We just moved from 17th and Washington over to 17th and McGee, and along with other real estate we developed.
And so, Butch, how long have you been in business?
Since I was about 15, honestly.
Okay.
I had to buy groceries and things like that for the family, so I roofed and painted houses to get through college at UMKC and through law school after that.
And so who was your influence, your motivation to get into some kind of business?
You know, I would have to say it was my mother. You know, we lost our father when we were young. I was 15 and I was the oldest, and she pretty much insisted that I had to help with groceries and things like that, but she also gave me the enthusiasm and gave me the confidence that I could and would be able to take care of myself and those around me.
So in your years of being in business, I'm sure that you had offers to do crazy stuff, but what has influenced you to keep your morals high?
You know, I remember when I was a child, my mother took us all to the dime store, and we had we each of us picked up a little wax pair of lips, and they were a penny, and she didn't know it, and we were in the car, and she saw us with the little wax lips, and she goes, "Where'd you get those?" And we had said, "Mama, can we have these little wax lips?" And as mothers do, she goes, yes, let me pay, you know, and she didn't know, and she goes, "Well, I didn't pay for those," and my littlest sister, probably 4, said, "Well, Mama, it's okay, they're only a penny." And my mom said, "I don't care if they're a penny or if they're $1. She goes, "We can't leave without paying with them, and even if they didn't know, we know."
Right.
Now, why is it?
Wow.
Why did that stick with me? But it stuck with me to this very day, 50 years later.
Wow.
And so business is exactly the same way, no matter which side of the cash register you're on.
So now, and that's a great story, because a lot of times people say, well, what you don't know won't hurt you, but what you know determines.
Absolutely.
So now, in your years of being in business, of course, I tell people that you should never go in business unless you want to make money, you know. So, but when you make money, you also give back to the community. So how do you give back to the community, and what is your feeling of the importance of giving back to the community?
I think that giving back is just as important as receiving the bounties of being in business. Of course, you do have to make a profit, but you have to redefine what is the highest and best way you do business. Sometimes we simply make sure that some of our employees have a house they can own or are living a good life. Many times we serve on not-for-profit boards, use some of the not only the financial gains that we've made over the years, but some of the local stature that I might have made. I work very diligently with a great group of people just down the street on Walt Disney's old cartoon studio, because there are terrific stories to be told on Troost. I develop real estate, and I want to develop on Troost as much as I want to develop downtown, because I think it's important that everybody have a little piece of that American dream.
Yeah. So, Butch, our last question is, you know, some people measure success by where they live or what they drive. How do you, as a person who's been in business, an entrepreneur, how do you measure success?
You know, it was funny, my mother just passed away in the fall, and I told you she was probably my greatest influence, but I picked up my old baby book the other day, and my sisters gave it to me, and I looked at what I wrote in high school, you know, because she had us write down things, what we wanted to do in life. Mm-hmm. And I read yesterday that I wanted to, and I feel like I've always done this, share my own enthusiasm for the things that I can do with the people around me. And if I can infect young people with the enthusiasm for the things that they can do, and I can infect them with the true and honest moral belief that business really is successful based upon being a good and moral person, sharing that enthusiasm, I think, is the greatest reward. It's better than a car. It's better than, and you don't have to make a lot of money to be a success in business. You can make some money, but you share your enthusiasm and you share with the young people next to you. My father died when I was a kid, but my mother made sure that that wasn't a hindrance. She made me thankful for the years that I had him, but she made me be a better man because of it. And then I think that's the most important thing.
Fantastic. Butch, thank you for coming to visit with us at Victorious Life Church.
Thank you.
Thank you. Give him another round of applause, Butch Rigby.